hate me, don't you?
Tune in to Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Damn, JJ.
You hate me, don't you?
Mentioned about Xbox shutting down. One of the S creators said that it's planning on sunsetting the X. You know, Xbox started giving away all the exclusivities. Everything that was just on the Xbox is now coming to PlayStation. I believe Marathon Burger in Long Beach opened up, and it was drama, street drama at the grand opening. Just sad to see. Speaking for my people, you know what I mean? Us as black folks, it's just like, man, we get together and it's just this Iranian war been going on. You know what I'm saying? These last two TikToks is from two Iranian women, you know what I mean, with a little insight. Yeah, what's happening? What is going on? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's episode 367. Episode 367 today, you know what I mean, on this good Wednesday, March 4th. It's 11:47 a.m. You know what I mean? So I'm at this early today, you know what I mean? 66 degrees outside, you know what I mean? Good winter days, you know what I mean? Still in this cold weather. I'm loving it, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather it be cold than it be 148 degrees outside, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got a few little topics today though, you know what I mean? Just three little topics today. We definitely gonna be going over these rumors circulating around Xbox Shutdown. Also, we gonna touch on this Marathon Burger situation that opened up in Long Beach, and there was some drama that ensued out in the grand opening out there in Long Beach, California. And also, I'm gonna share some little insight on two Iranian girls or women with some little insight on this Iranian war and my thoughts on that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to be going over today, talking about today. You know what I'm saying? Definitely touch on this Xbox stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just a few little topics I want to go over today and let y'all know. You know what I mean? If this y'all first time here, this is where we go over the news, go over the headlines, go over whatever headline that's been popping, that's been circulating, that you may have seen when you logged on to your computer, whether your home page is MSNBC, your home page is MSNBC News, Google News, Yahoo News, Hip Hop DS, wherever it is that you get your headlines from. I'm probably touching on 1, 2, or 3 of them right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I mean? So go ahead, hit the like button, share this out, tell your people about it. You know what I'm saying? And comment on what you think as the show goes along. You know what I mean? But yeah, episode 367. You know what I'm saying? Like I said last episode, I'm doing things different, cutting out all the credits. You know what I mean? As you seen in the last episode, it's just gonna be, you know, exactly like it was. Real simple, keeping things real simple. You know what I mean? Easing up that load on the editing side for me. As y'all know, I do all of this myself. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Without no more chit chat or banter, you know what I mean? Let's jump right into these topics. You feel me? So rumors been circulating about this Xbox. You know what I'm saying? About Xbox shutting down. One of the S creators said that it's planning on sunsetting the Xbox, quote unquote, which is definitely something that means that it is going to be coming to a end. You know what I mean? Xbox brand of fans and netizens are speculating around this, saying is this the end of Xbox, especially being that Phil retired after 38 years, and all of a sudden, and then Sarah Bond stepped down, which was the black woman that we had as the CEO of Xbox. She also stepped down. You know, then they hired this AI person, Aisha Sharma, who's a full AI executive. You know what I mean? Netizens is thinking she here to shut Xbox down in just a gracious way. Whether they are or not, it's ugly though. You know what I'm saying? It's not looking good, especially with all the changes going on. The next clips you're going to see is netizens speaking their feelings on this matter of Xbox possibly, maybe, shutting down. Check it out.
CEO says consoles come first after AI fears swirl around from the leadership shakeup. Following a major leadership shakeup at Xbox, new CEO Asha Sharma says the brand isn't being sunsetted and the consoles are still at the heart of the plan. In an interview with Windows Central, Sharma said her return to Xbox starts with investing in hardware, teasing future announcements, and protecting the ecosystem fans have spent years and money building. With Phil Spencer preparing to retire and former Xbox president Sarah Bond also departing, some fans worry Microsoft is pivoting harder towards AI. But Sharma made it clear that Xbox won't be flooded with low-effort AI content, saying games will remain art made by people, while Chief Content Officer Matt Booty added no AI mandates are coming down from Microsoft. We reached out to Xbox directly with further questions, but the company just referred us to the Windows Central interview. So for now, the message from Xbox's new leadership is simple. Consoles aren't going anywhere, first-party studios remain core to the strategy, and the goal is to set the platform up for the next 25 years.
I just saw the news that Xbox is reportedly coming to an end, and as a lifelong PlayStation guy, I'm here to mourn our greatest rival. After years of beefing and going back and forth, we're finally at the end of the rope, but I'm not happy about it. To be great, you need competition that's eye to eye with you, and that's what Xbox was, starting with that OG Xbox. Some of my earliest memories in life is playing Halo with the guys on this shit. Then they came back with that Xbox 360 that is arguably better than the PS3. In my opinion, this is by far their best generation. The nostalgia I get from this console, from the avatars, the profile pics, even the Kinect. I was salty as shit on PlayStation that I never got to use this. Then we got the Xbox One, the last great generation of Xbox. And sadly, also the downfall, because they started catering to like TV and shit. But still, it had a lot of goated moments. Then lastly, we got the fridge, which is sadly gonna be the last one. Which is 100% reasonable, because they just dropped the ball. This Goku-Vegeta rivalry will forever be remembered in the history books. But before I bounce, I want to highlight some of the great Xbox exclusives. First up, we got Sunset Overdrive, aka Xbox's Infamous. I finally got to play it for the first time like 2 years ago, and yeah, this shit is peak. Next up, we got an Xbox legend, Gears of War. This game used to actually terrify me as a kid, but it was fun as shit. Another goated old school banger, Conquer. This might look kid friendly, but this is one of the most mature games out there. Bro was a straight menace. You can't talk about Xbox and not mention Halo, one of the greatest gaming franchises of all time. Y'all also cooked up with Dead Rising. I used to love watching Dashie play this when I was younger. Y'all also got one of the greatest car franchises with Forza. Cuphead also started off as an exclusive. Hi-Fi Rush, a fun-ass combat game with rhythm. Literally, you fight on beat. And lastly, one of the funnest games of all time, Left 4 Dead 2. Even as a PlayStation fan, this is sad news for all of gaming. Let me know your thoughts on Xbox reportedly coming to an end in the comments. And on that note, I'ma see y'all boys and girls next time.
Hate me, don't you?
Everything happening at Xbox right now makes so much more sense. Microsoft is planning on shutting down Xbox entirely. That's the rumor going around. Like, I kid y'all not. When I heard the news that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, the two executives over Xbox, retired early and quit out of nowhere, something smelled off to me. Something wasn't sitting right. And then I heard the news that Microsoft put their head of AI in charge of Xbox. When I heard that news, I was like, oh, something's going on. I don't know what it is, but something smells off. But then everything made sense when I saw this rumor going around that Microsoft was planning on quote-unquote sunsetting the Xbox console, the Xbox brand altogether. They're planning on sunsetting it, which is just a fancy way of saying they're shutting it down. You don't put somebody in charge of AI, somebody with absolutely no gaming experience whatsoever, in charge of a gaming company unless you're planning on shutting it down. She is not here to push Xbox into the future. She's here to shut the company down. Like, this is how I kind of picture it happen for these two right here. I have a feeling that Microsoft has been planning this for some time. I really do. It is kind of an open secret at this point that Xbox has been a very big money hole specifically for Microsoft, specifically in the area of Game Pass. I think it's gotten to a point now that Xbox and Game Pass as a whole is too much of a loss for Microsoft, so now they are making the decision to shut it down entirely. Obviously, these two did not like that idea. They did not want it to shut down because that means they're out of a job. But they gave specifically Phil Spencer a choice. They said, hey, you can either retire or we can lay you off. One lets you keep all of your benefits, another doesn't. It's your choice. So Phil Spencer chose instead to retire because they were going to shut down Xbox one way or another. It's just a matter of, okay, how do you want to go out? And then for Miss Sarah Bond over here, she obviously didn't like the idea whatsoever, so she quit outright and left the company of her own accord in protest. And then Microsoft brings in Miss Asha over here, the head of Microsoft's AI division, to not push the company into the future, but to slowly shut it down in its entirety to free up whatever Microsoft wants to do, which is probably something involving AI. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. I don't like this because I have an Xbox, but it all makes sense.
People speculating on it just like I am. Is it going to be shut down? We going to have Xbox in the future? We don't know. You know what I mean? But it's definitely been a whole lot of changes been going on over there, especially like I said with Phil Spencer stepping down. He's been CEO 38 years. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden he just stepped down. I thought we had a black woman, you know what I mean, stepping up to it. She stepped down. So I don't know what's going on over there, but definitely something is happening and it ain't good. You know what I mean? Especially with they price hikes for the Game Pass. That's done went up. They ain't really adding too much for the hike in the price. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we get a lot of exclusives, a lot of first DLCs, downloadable contents and stuff like that. But, you know, Xbox started giving away all the exclusivities. Everything that was just on the Xbox is now coming to PlayStation. I believe Gears of War is coming to the PS. You know, just giving up all the exclusive things. And it's just not a good look for any company when they start giving up things that's exclusively on their platform. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. I hope it ain't, but it's looking like it is. You know what I mean? Xbox been on a downfall if you do your homework for a long time. PlayStation outsells them every console war for the past 2-3 different consoles. You know what I'm saying? So if you do your homework, you know where the trajectory is going for Microsoft and the Xbox. You know what I mean? It's definitely downhill. Marathon Burger, you know what I'm saying? Marathon Burger in Long Beach opened up and it was drama, street drama at the grand opening.
It was panic on Pine Avenue on Sunday as the sound of gunfire sent people running during what was meant to be a celebration.
Oh, shooting what?
Hundreds had packed this stretch of downtown Long Beach Sunday afternoon for the grand opening of Marathon Burger, the fast food chain founded by the late rapper Nipsey Hussle and his brother Black Sam. But just after 3:30 p.m., police say they received reports of gunfire.
And they ran in one direction and then ran in another direction, and then somebody said that they heard gunshots.
The shooting happened about a half block south of the event on Broadway near Pine, just outside the perimeter that had been blocked off for the celebration. Nipsey Hussle's relatives speaking with Eyewitness News.
It was disappointing because I know that Nip, Sam, Black Sam wanted this to be a happy occasion, so it's unfortunate that something happened that would bring more attention to the negative elements as opposed to positive elements.
3 men were shot and taken to a local hospital where one victim later died. The other 2 remain in stable condition.
That's devastating. You know what I'm saying? Very devastating, especially, you know, being that, you know what I mean, this is the grand opening, you know, we're here to honor Nipsey Hussle, the late great, you know what I'm saying, and that's not what he would have wanted.
Long Beach police say this is still under investigation with no suspects in custody. Investigators have not said whether the shooting was connected to the grand opening event, but Marathon Burger telling Eyewitness News the incident nearby was not connected to the massive event. The violence comes just one day after hundreds gathered in South LA as the city officially named the intersection of Slauson and Crenshaw Nipsey Hussle Square, honoring the rapper's life and legacy.
One person was unalive, I believe 3 injured, allegedly between rival gang members. Black Sam, which is Nipsey Hussle's brother, was seen escorting some dudes away from the marathon when shots rang out.
He's right here, Sam's right here.
It could be seen behind a car in this clip.
Shots are being fired right now. Shots are being fired. What night that? I don't know if I'm shot.
You also seen Stevie Wonder pull up to the grand opening at the Long Beach location of Marathon Burger.
I don't know what niggas talking about on the internet, man. We in here cooking. We in here cooking fries, burgers. I'm right here with my nigga Scroogey. Come on, cuz.
Get out of here, man.
Come on, man. We in here, man. Hold on, we fully loaded. Fully loaded. We got my nigga Stevie Wonder in the building. Come on.
Got that, Scissor.
Hey. Come on, man.
Seems as if the vibes was cool, you know what I'm saying, before the shots rang out. You know what I mean? Flacco from No Jumper has detailed a lot on this and also updated it as well with some new details on this incident that happened at Marathon Burger. You know what I'm saying? In the next little clips, you're going to see more on this incident and Flacco detailing more so on this incident, and also swarms of cops. Somebody filmed the footage from the sides, bunch of cops swarming by, and you're gonna hear more details in the Flacco clips that I show you. Check it out.
Shooting at the Marathon Burger grand opening earlier today in Long Beach, the shooting almost took the lives of a lot of people we know and love.
Shots are being fired right now. Shots are being fired. What nice at, bro? I don't know if I'm shot.
You got Nipsey Hussle brother Black Sam ducking behind a car. You got a No Jumper host, Barry Gordon, telling the police, bro, I may have got shot. You got a lot of people doing a lot of things. You even got P. Nice, our brother. He's walking up there, he turns around when the shooting happened. A lot of stuff is going on in that video. Here's the story that explains it all. So it's the Marathon Burger grand opening. You got a lot of people who's in attendance, a lot of celebrities, but you also got a lot of people who got no business being in a room with celebrities. These are hooligans. These are like lowlives. These are people who you can't pay me to be in the same room with. These are absolute imbeciles. Gang members, they are also there. And that's the problem with doing business on the West Coast. Gang members are involved in almost everything, right? You have an establishment, you have a grand opening where it's a family, it's a friendly family event. Here comes these stinky gang members, right, trying to ruin things. So what happened was, At this family-friendly event with celebrities that was supposed to be for the community, this hooligan from the 80s pull up. Long Beach got a lot of gang politics. There was this kid from the 80s, this little turned-up kid from the 80s. He pull up by himself, dolo. Now, he pull up, and he gets a dissing his enemies, because a lot of enemies was in the same location. So he's in the middle of Marathon Burger dissing his enemies. Do your research on who the 80s is beefing with in Long Beach. So he dissing his enemies. I'm talking about straight up dissing. Saying diss words for him, throwing up sets, really pushing his line and really gangbanging in the middle of Marathon Burger. But he by himself. There's 100 enemies. They could have survived and headshot at Marathon Burger. Oh, pray for the city, man. The Hoovers ain't gonna play with them. We got an update on the Marathon Burger shooting that left one person dead and others critically injured. And it's worse than I thought. Immediately after the incident, Black Sam did everything he could to take to social media to try to dispel the rumors, try to distance the Marathon Burger from what happened.
And I don't know what talking about on the internet, man. We in here cooking. We in here cooking fries, burgers. I'm in my right here with my Scroogy. Come on, man.
Get out of here, man.
Come on, man. We in here, man. Hold on, we fully loaded. Fully loaded. We got my Stevie Wonder in the building.
Right. I don't know where Stevie came from, but they rolled out the blonde man for some PR, man. But ultimately, it didn't work because the story gained national legs.
Shots are being fired right now. Shots are being fired.
What night that, bro?
This is a terrible look. The grand opening of your restaurant and your burger joint ends up in a TMZ article in bold letters. Shots rang out at Marathon Burger. Now, you West Coast niggas got no shame. Y'all got absolutely no shame whatsoever. Because a lot of y'all don't even have pride in who you guys are. So y'all don't care about disgracing your last name. So a lot of y'all see this and feel nothing. But Black Sam is somebody who cares about his last name. It's a powerful last name. So the fact that he's ducking behind cars as a multi-millionaire CEO because he chooses to conduct himself and to be around the people, he chooses to humble himself and still come around y'all. Y'all should be embarrassed, man. Embarrassed. Now, the one positive comment out of this situation right here is radicalizing the people against LA culture. You take the social media.
And that was Flacco detailing you and updating you on that situation, man. It's sad to see. You know what I'm saying? I hate seeing stuff like this, especially we all know Nipsey Hussle wasn't on this type of time. You know what I mean? This is not what he would have wanted for his grand opening of one of his stores. This is his project. This is his baby. You know what I mean? He opened up a bunch of different ones. Then he get to the Long Beach location, and man, gang violence ensues. You know what I mean? It's just sad to see. Speaking for my people, you know what I mean? Us as black folks, it's just like, man, we get together and it's just stuff like that just ruins things. You know what I mean? It shines a dark light on us as a people. You know what I mean? We can't ever come together and it just all be positive. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Nipsey Hussle definitely would not have wanted this. You know what I mean? People just ain't even thinking of the legacy. You know what I'm saying? They're just real selfish with it and getting into violent gun outbursts, unaliving people and injuring people, gunshots, shooting people, all at the grand opening, which is something supposed to be big and good for the community, for black folks out there, for LA as a whole. You know what I mean? But it ain't even showing that. It's showing that we can't do nothing as the black people. You know what I mean? It's showing the white man, you know what I'm saying, that we can't even get together. We can't even have nothing nice. You know what I'm saying? Can't even have nothing along the lines of owning a whole restaurant for the community. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to see. I hate to see it. Nipsey definitely would not have approved of this, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Black Sam, though, and shout out to Marathon Burger. You know what I mean? I ain't had the chance to go out there and taste it just yet, but it is in the future plans. So the thoughts on this Iranian war, you know what I mean? This Iranian war been going on, you know what I'm saying? These last two TikToks is from two Iranian women, you know know what I mean, with a little insight, and they wanted people to share these videos, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna put them out there because I think it's very insightful, you know what I mean? This war is definitely brewing amongst us. I mean, it's just funny that they not really putting it out there anymore. Maybe they are, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't really watch TV, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a TV watcher, you know what I mean? When I'm watching things, I'm watching something on YouTube, watching some conspiracy stuff, you know what I mean? Educating myself on certain things of that nature. I don't really watch TV, so I don't know what they showing people, you know what I'm saying? But I know this war is definitely on right now, and it's cracking, you know what I'm saying? They done definitely sparked it off, you know what I mean? So we really in a time where we could be driving to work or doing whatever we do in our day, you know what I'm saying? You could see some missiles flying above you, you know what I mean? Who knows where they're gonna land? They could be landed right here in Sacramento, you know what I'm saying? Well, this is the type of times that we in right now as I'm recording this, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if people was just not really aware. I don't know if people was just really robotic psychologically and just going about their day doing whatever it is that they do. I mean, at the same time, what can we do? We can't really do nothing about it though, you know what I'm saying? So, but this was definitely interesting, you know what I'm saying? Real insight on to people who are Iranian and have people over there and from over there. This was just something that they were saying, you know what I mean? They was putting out there that, you know what I'm saying, they were pretty much, one is kind of like thanking the U.S. government for stepping in because the Iranian government is doing such egregious and horrific things to the Iranian people. You know what I'm saying? Killing them off. They going to hospitals, not getting treatment that they should. Yo, excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me, pardon this interruption, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, now is your time while I'm interrupting my episode, you feel me? For you to hit that subscribe button. If you ain't hit that shit yet, now is your time to hit that subscribe button right now, you feel me? Hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? That means you're gonna get notified every time I drop some of this fire content that I'm dropping for you Monday through Friday, you know what I mean? Please hit that bell and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment on what you want to say, on what you feel about these topics that I'll be covering, you know what I'm saying? Pardon the interruption though, you feel me? Let's go ahead and get back to the episode. Just wanted to remind you, hit that subscribe button in case you haven't done it yet. Now's your time. Did you do it yet? Because I just gave you time. I'm just fucking with you. Let's get back to the episode though. Just letting people die, stacking bodies on the street, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of just egregious, horrific things that I guess the Iranian government is doing to the people out there. So a lot of them is thanking the United States for stepping in, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we all know our government is definitely full of deception, you know what I mean? They want you to think A when it's really B, you know what I mean? Or they want you to look at B when it's really C, you know what I mean? They're all about deception, you know what I'm saying? We know this, and they also want a one world government, you know what I mean? They want everyone to go by their rules, you know what I'm saying? Our rules of how we get down in America. They want the whole world to go by that, you feel me? Now granted, the things that they're doing to the people is bad, horrible, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's really not none of our business, you feel me? I don't know how that may sound to some, but that's just the fact of the matter, you know what I'm saying? That we putting our noses in things. That's what war is about, you know what I'm saying? The government sticking their noses in things that they shouldn't be sticking their nose in, you know what I mean? This is what the wars are all about. And of course, oil, that good old black gold, you know what I mean? We definitely want to tap into Iran's oil, you know what I'm saying? Because they are very rich in that. This is old facts, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's just a whole lot going on with this situation. They also, one of them said that they're using, they haven't been showing no images of women and children being unalived or bodied up on the street, you know what I mean? And they were saying that they were, because their government is bodying the women and children, you know what I mean? Because they don't care. They're horrific people is what people are saying, you know what I'm saying? So they were saying that they were going to use those images once the U.S. striked. Then they're going to use those images and say, oh yeah, see, the U.S. is attacking women and children. It's their own doing, you know what I mean? So I just thought this was pretty cool to get an insight on these two last TikToks, you know what I mean? And after you watch these TikToks, I'm just going to phase it out, you know what I mean? So Yeah, thank all y'all for tuning in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like this content, you know what I mean? Share it out, tell somebody else about it, you know what I mean? Thank y'all for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? I definitely, for the quick little recap, you know what I mean, in case you might have been doing something, in case you might have rolled up, pulled up, got too drunk, you know what I'm saying, got too high or something, you know what I'm saying, or you had to step away. Maybe you had to go intervene with some children that was fighting that you heard upstairs or something like that, stepped away. This is everything I just let you know. Talked about them rumors about Xbox possibly being shut down. Also let you know about Marathon Burger and their little incident they had happen at the grand opening out in Long Beach. And also I just told you about these two Iranian girls that you are about to see before the last of this episode. You know what I mean? So I'm going to leave you with these last TikToks on this Iranian insight. Check it out, and I will see y'all next episode. The beat that you're going to hear, you know what I'm saying, that's going to creep up after these TikToks that you're going to see was made by none other than Beats by JJ. You know what I mean? That's my oldest son. You feel me? So this beat is going to slap in y'all ear after y'all hear these last TikToks of these Iranian women. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. Check these clips out.
You hate me, don't you?
One of the most important videos that needs to bring awareness to what is possibly going to happen inside of Iran. As the regime is preparing for possible attacks by the U.S., what we have noticed is all the footage coming out. Now pay attention. I'm not going to show images. I'm not going to show pictures. I want to make sure that this reaches the algorithm. The images coming out of all these makeshift morgues and all these bodies are all of young men and just men. We are not seeing women and we are not seeing children. And there is a reason for that. We have received word from inside of Iran. Now this is information that is repetitive in history, but is going to play out again. The information is this: they are hiding the women and children's body. They are waiting for the U.S. to attack, so then they can place these bodies and say, see, they are killing women and children. No, dear. They were already murdered by the Islamic regime occupying Iran. And they have also started setting up in school systems and putting IRGC bases in there. And when they do strike IRGC facilities, where do you think these strikes are going to hit? Luckily, these schools are empty, but they will be filled with women and children's bodies after they have been struck, so they can point the finger. And this is a common tactic used by the regime because they know that the Western leftists are going to eat this up, and they're going to start a whole movement of hands off Iran. And I'm telling you right now, our people inside Iran want the USA to strike whatever they can to get rid of this regime. And it is not fair to silence their voices. We have lost too many lives, and we know we are going to lose more. This is a revolution. This is a war between the people and the government. And the only way that this will come to an end is if there is international intervention and help. Don't let the Islamic regime change the narrative, and don't allow them to sweep their crimes under the rug. Please continue to be the voice of Iranian people. Make your own video. Bring awareness to this. We must get this out before the media is able to be corrupted by the Islamic regime.
The video was posted January 29th. 1 month later, the headlines are going crazy. Coincidence? I think not.
In Iran, and she asked me to share this message with the world, especially you diaspora, so please listen to the full video. For those who don't know, 95% of my family still lives in Iran. My mother's side is Mashhadi. She told me this, that every single person she knows has lost someone close to them. In Mashhad, bodies were piled in the streets, wrapped like black garbage bags, the way trash lines city sidewalks in New York. She said her mother's apartment building had bodies reaching all the way up to her doorstep. Someone we know was shot multiple times in the leg. He couldn't go to the hospital to seek medical help. People are terrified to go because they're killing them. So their family pooled nearly $2,000 to pay for a private doctor to come to their house so he wouldn't lose his leg. Most people can't even afford that. They're afraid to go seek help. They're getting infections and they're slowly dying in their homes. Phone lines, as we know, are being monitored. So families are writing messages on paper and holding them up to the camera when they can FaceTime. She said the internet is turned on briefly as an act of surveillance to track and hunt protesters. She says what's happening is just unimaginable. People are being killed so easily. My mother also spoke to a female family member of ours in Tehran today, and she said, we're fine, but we were all beaten. They beat the shit out of all of us. That viral video of a woman being kicked in the head that's been going around, that's just one leaked clip of what's happening every single day. Most stores are closed except for basic necessities. Prices were already inflated. She says they've tripled in the last 2 weeks. Many Gen Z Iranians rely on online businesses, importing and exporting goods from Turkey and Dubai. She says no one's been able to make money this year. People have nothing left. And despite all of this grief, despite all of this, she said something else to me. She said, don't cry. Negaran nabash. Don't worry. Omidvar bash. Don't lose hope. She said hope, omid, is all we have left. And if the diaspora gives up hope, cosmically it's putting negative energy and darkness into the world. She said people want intervention because without it we will die. We are watching a real life Handmaid's Tale. The numbers coming out daily keep increasing in the tens of thousands who have been murdered. This is devastating. This is a massacre. And if this becomes normalized in Iran, if we look away, it won't stop there. It will spread. So please keep speaking up. Please keep putting pressure on world leaders to act now. She said, Aziz kheli az dast dadim. We've lost a lot of loved ones, and the only way they will ever find peace in their hearts again is if this regime is gone. And she also said this too. When they do manage to get a few moments online and they see all of your messages and voices, they feel less lonely. And that gives them hope. I finally had the chance.
Don't you? Wake me, don't you? Wake me, don't you?